What if I told you that the end of your life is already fixed somewhere ahead of you, and your own hands might be the silent witnesses to that truth? Every fold, every groove, every faint scar across your palm could be holding a quiet reminder, not in the sense of superstition, but as a wake-up call. You don't need a fortune teller to translate it. You just need a raw, unfiltered moment of honesty with yourself. Because once you truly grasp that your time is limited, absolutely limited, something inside shifts forever. The clock is not politely ticking in the background. It is beating, pounding, pressing on, every single day, right there in your hands. So ask yourself, are you living as if you know exactly when it will all stop? Your palm does not carry a prophecy, it carries a record. Those lines are not a mystical treasure map to a destiny set in stone. They are a living archive of where you've been, what you've endured, what you've given, and how you have chosen to use the small, precious time you have on this planet. They do not predict your future, they challenge your present. Each crease is a chapter you've already written. Every hardened patch tells of a season you survived. That faint line near your thumb, maybe it came from years of holding on, when letting go would have freed you. Without knowing it, you have been engraving your personal story into your own flesh, one moment at a time. And yet, most of us never stop to see it. We are trained to look outward, chasing achievements, hunting for answers, pursuing meaning in far-off places, while ignoring the fact that meaning has been resting in our hands all along. Not because our palms can whisper the date of the end, but because they reveal that the journey has already begun. If those lines speak any truth, it's this: time always leaves a mark. Whether you use it with purpose or waste it without thought, it will still leave its trace. Don't stare at your hand expecting it to tell you what's coming. See it instead as a quiet witness, a loyal companion, a canvas that reflects reality without the need for words. You are not here by mistake, and you did not travel this far just to live without awareness. Your palms already hold the evidence of work, of love, of pain, of sacrifice, of persistence. This is not fortune-telling, it's a promise. A promise that the time still in your grip is a chance to design what comes next. The lines on your skin don't predict the end. They dare you to live as though you can feel it approaching. Time is not some shadow in the distance chasing you. It's here, right now, woven into every breath, waiting for you to shape it, to spend it, or to throw it away. We've been taught that time is an enemy, always slipping away, always against us. But time isn't for or against anyone. Time stands beside those who claim it. Every second that passes is a tool. And your hands, they are the tools to shape it with. What you choose to build, to protect, to nurture in those seconds, that's on you. It's not about hoarding hours or begging for more days. It's about realizing that this moment, the one you are in right now, is a gift wrapped in responsibility. You can fill your hands with purpose, or you can stuff them with distractions. You can hold your goals tightly with urgency, or let them slide through your fingers because you were too busy scrolling, doubting, or waiting for the right time. But understand this: every delay, every excuse, every ignored priority leaves fingerprints on the future you are creating. Your life is sculpted, one choice at a time. The real tragedy isn't that time runs out, it's that most people act as if it doesn't matter until the final grains of sand are already gone. So stop running after time. You don't need to chase it, you need to take control of it. Wake up, look at your hands, realize you are holding more than bone and skin. You are holding minutes, hours, and days that will not return. The question is, will you use them like someone who knows they're precious, or will you spend them like someone who believes they'll last forever? Time is not lost, it is given away, one choice at a time. By U.EATH never sends a formal announcement. It does not knock politely, it does not request an appointment, and it certainly does not wait for your approval. It operates in complete silence, hiding just beyond the edges of your awareness, patient in a way that no living thing could ever be. It is not dramatic. It is not always accompanied by a sense of finality. More often than not, it steps forward when you are least prepared, when your attention is elsewhere. Wrapped up in the trivial and temporary, we like to imagine that before our time ends, we will be given a warning, perhaps a sudden insight, a gut feeling, or a visible sign that the curtain is about to fall. We tell ourselves we'll have a chance to say the unspoken words, to mend what is broken, to finally live the way we've always intended. But more often, the end arrives in the middle of ordinary life while you're checking your phone, replaying old arguments, worrying about bills, or chasing after things that will hold no value when the lights go out. And here is the sobering truth. It doesn't ask if you've finished your plans, or if your affairs are in order. It doesn't care if you've made peace with yourself. It simply comes. And often, it comes when your hands are already gripping the wrong things, clinging to bitterness, guarding grudges, clutching fears, or holding on to shallow achievements that do little to nourish your soul. The real danger lies in the illusion that we have time to spare. We speak of someday as though it's guaranteed, as though there will always be space in the calendar for love, forgiveness, and meaningful action. We delay the conversations that matter. We delay the dreams that light us up. We delay the apologies, the risks, the journeys, all under the false belief that tomorrow will offer another chance. And while we postpone, death waits patiently, knowing it needs only one moment to remind us that our liaison life is short. While you are holding on to what doesn't matter, you are also shutting your hands to what does. That is the tragedy, death itself. But the way we arrive at it, unprepared, our hands still wrapped around what never truly fulfilled us. You may not choose the day or the hour when it ends, but you absolutely choose what you carry with you until it does. So the question is, when your time comes, what will your hands be holding? Will they be weighed down with resentment, empty distractions, and repetitive routines? Or will they be filled with purpose, love, and the satisfaction that comes from acting boldly? To reach the end with empty hands and a full heart is to know that you poured yourself into the right things. To arrive with clenched fists around regret is to know you spent your most valuable resource on the wrong priorities. The border between truly living and merely existing is so thin that most people cross it without even noticing. One day they are chasing dreams, and the next they are living on autopilot, moving through each day without urgency, mistaking survival for purpose. They tick boxes, fulfill obligations, and call it a life, never realizing they've stopped truly engaging with it. Look at your palms, not to predict the future, but to reflect on the truth of how you have lived so far. Those lines and markings are not magical symbols. They are quiet records of choices, sacrifices, and habits. Are they evidence of someone living with passion, presence, and intention? Or are they marks left by years of just getting by, waiting for the right time that never came? Breathing is automatic, but living is deliberate. Living requires courage. It demands that you choose meaning over comfort, growth over repetition, and connection over convenience. It means confronting the questions you'd rather avoid. It means being willing to risk failure, misunderstanding, and even loss in pursuit of what matters most. Anything less is simply existing inside the shell of life without tasting it fully. Too many people die at 25 and aren't buried until 75. Their dreams left to wither in exchange for predictability. They live for short bursts of joy, weekends, holidays, retirement, while ignoring the quiet ache inside that whispers, "This is not enough." Over time, that whisper becomes silence, and silence is the sound of a spirit that has given up. But you don't have to follow that path. You don't have to settle for a life that looks good on the outside but feels hollow on the inside. Real living is messy, unpredictable, and wonderfully uncertain. It begins the moment you decide that existence alone is no longer enough. Check your pulse, not just the one in your wrist, but the one in your choices, your values, your relationships. Are you alive in a way that will matter when your time is up? Do your days reflect urgency, gratitude, and intentional use of the minutes you have? Or are you waiting, assuming there will always be more time to start? If the answer unsettles you, take it as a gift. Awareness is the first step toward change. You still have this moment, this breath, these hands, and they are capable of reshaping the days ahead. The opportunity is now, not after you feel ready, not when the fear fades, not when the calendar clears. Now. Live in such a way that when the end arrives, it finds you in motion, fully engaged, hands open, heart full, with nothing left unsaid or undone. That is the art of meeting death without regret. That is the discipline of living on purpose, and that discipline starts today. Legacy is not crafted in headlines, wealth, or crammed calendars. It is shaped in silence, built in small, consistent actions that rarely draw applause. It is etched into the hearts you touch, the burdens you help carry, and the truths you defend when no one is watching. You will not be remembered for how many meetings you attended, how full your schedule was, or how well you kept pace with everyone else's demands. You will be remembered for the way you made people feel, for the moments when you made them feel safe, valued, understood, and less alone in a world that often forgets to care. A true legacy is not simply what you leave behind after you're gone. It is what you build while you are here, day by day, decision by decision. It's in the sacrifices made without seeking recognition, the wisdom shared without needing credit, and the compassion offered without expecting anything in return. Every time you choose kindness over ego, generosity over greed, or truth over convenience, you lay another stone in the foundation of a life that will be remembered for the right reasons. That foundation may never be seen by the masses, but it will be felt by the few whose lives you truly touched. Look at your hands, the same hands that scroll, type, grip a coffee cup, or hold the steering wheel. They can build something that outlives you. Not fame, not superficial success, but impact. Impact that lingers long after your name fades from memory. So ask yourself, what am I constructing with my days? Am I chasing accomplishments that will vanish with time? Or am I planting seeds that will grow long after I am gone? No one will recall your to-do lists or your productivity hacks. They will remember your character, your energy, your integrity, your love. These are the only marks that time cannot erase. This is the legacy worth pursuing, not carved in stone, but engraved in the hearts of those you served. A mirror can lie. You can stand before it, smile, strike a confident pose, and convince the world you are fine even when you are breaking inside. But your hands will not lie. They carry the record of your life. The calluses speak of work. The tremors tell of fear. The tension shows the stress you've absorbed. The scars mark the pain you've endured. Even the stillness of your grip can reveal how long you've been holding on to something that is quietly destroying you. Your face can wear a mask, but your hands carry your truth. What you've built, what you've broken, what you've loved, and what you've refused to release. Look closely, not just at the lines, but at the weight they carry. Have your hands been creating or clinging? Have they been open to serve or closed to protect? The mirror shows the world who you want to be. Your palms reveal who you truly are when no one is watching. Every time you reach for something, be it a dream, a relationship, or a habit, you are shaping your future. And it's not shaped in grand moments alone, but in the small daily choices your hands quietly make. If your hands could speak, what would they say? Would they tell stories of love, creation, and legacy, or of fear, missed opportunities, and hesitation? Stop believing the reflection that says you're fine while your hands tremble under the weight of what you were never meant to carry. Your palms are a journal, a map, a confession. Sometimes the path to healing, purpose, and peace doesn't start by looking outward. It starts by looking down right at your own hands and asking, What have I really been holding on to? Once you see the truth there, you can decide what to release and what to reach for. Most people don't die in a single moment. They fade, not with one final breath, but through thousands of small surrenders spread across years. They trade curiosity for comfort. They exchange passion for predictability. They bury their spirit under obligations and distractions until nothing remains but routine. Every morning, they wake up dreading the day, walking into jobs that drain them, silencing the dreams that once lit a fire inside, swallowing the words they once had the courage to speak. That's not living, it's a slow death disguised as stability. The cruelest part is that society rewards it. We praise the ones who keep their heads down, play it safe, and smile through the breaking. But deep down, your soul knows. It keeps a silent record of the dreams you've ignored, the risks you've avoided, the truths you've buried. Over time, that record becomes heavy. One day, you may realize you didn't run out of time. You just kept trading it for safety. But you weren't made to hide. You were made to burn bright, to make noise, to risk misunderstanding in the pursuit of what matters deeply to you. So ask yourself, are you truly alive? Or are you simply comfortable? Are you living in a way that will be worth remembering? The grave is not the only place people go when life ends. For many, that ending begins the moment they stop choosing themselves. Don't let your burial begin before your final heartbeat. Choose to rise, to break free, to live fully before you are lowered into the ground. One day your hands will be still. No more gestures, no more touches, no more chances to reach for what you were too afraid to claim. But today, right now, they are warm, alive, and filled with potential. Grip this moment with urgency. Fill it with meaning. Use your hands to lift, to build, to fight, to give, while they still move. You have the power to create something that will never die. You may not know the exact day your heart will stop, the exact moment your name will be spoken in past tense, or the exact minute the world will move on without you, but you do know this. Time is running, and it never offers refunds. Time is your most valuable currency. You spend it whether you are aware or not. Every hour given to fear, procrastination, or the illusion of safety is an hour your future self must pay for in regret. In what-ifs, in dreams left untouched, the dream inside you is not a random wish. It is a calling carved into your soul, begging for a chance to breathe, to grow, to become real. You cannot manifest it with endless excuses. You cannot keep it alive by waiting for perfect timing or for everyone else to approve. Every day you delay, the dream fades a little more. Every moment you hesitate, the deadline moves closer. Purpose does not wait forever, and neither does time. The cost of an action is more than missed opportunities. It is the ache of knowing you could have loved deeper, built something lasting, or made a difference if only you had acted when you could. So stop thinking you have forever. You don't, but you do have today, this moment, this breath, this beat in your chest, and that is enough. Enough to start, enough to shift direction, enough to treat your time like the treasure it is. The dream you keep pushing aside is the very thing that could make your limited years worth every tick of the clock. Do not bankrupt your soul by giving your days to things that will never matter. In the end, choose action over hesitation. Choose meaning over distraction. Live in such a way that the deadline becomes irrelevant, because the life you've built will echo far beyond it. When all is said and done, people will remember the dream you brought to life, not the fear that kept you from it. They will remember the love you gave, not the comfort you clung to. They will remember the impact you made, not the safety you stayed in. Your life is not a series of random events. It is a sacred gift placed in your hands. Every line, every scar, every mark is a record of resilience, choice, and purpose. Death does not send invitations. Time will not wait. But you decide how to live before that final moment arrives. So live with intention. love without restraint, act with courage. Your legacy is shaped not by how many years you get, but by how fully you use the time you are given. Let this awareness wake you. Let it remind you that every day is precious. Carry only what matters. Release what holds you back. Step forward with clarity, knowing that your hands are meant to hold more than comfort. They are meant to create, to lift, to heal, to give. Most of all, remember that you cannot take anything with you when you go. Not your possessions, not your status, only the ripples you have made in the lives of others. So make those ripples count. One day, your palm will be still and silent. No more moments to seize, no more chances to change. But right now, your pulse is steady, your breath is strong, and your hands are alive. Do not waste them. Every second you are alive is an opportunity to make something better, whether for yourself, for someone you love, or for a stranger who will never even know your name. The impact does not need to be loud to be lasting. Sometimes the quietest gestures, an act of kindness, a word of encouragement, a helping hand leave the deepest marks. You still have the power to choose, to change direction, to rewrite the story, to turn the remaining pages into something that will be remembered. Stop waiting for the right time. There is no perfect day to begin. The perfect day is the one you have now. This one, this breath, this moment in your hands. So grip it tightly, not with fear, but with gratitude. Use it with precision, as if it is the only second you will ever have. Because one day, it will be dot. And when that day comes, let your hands be empty, not because you lost what you held, but because you gave it all away to the things and people that mattered most. Let your heart be full, not because life was easy, but because you chose to live it fully. You will not always have time, but right now, you do. Choose to make it count.